Josh Allen, the undeniable legend, carves his name into the history books with his 76th career touchdown on the ground. And let me be unequivocal. Every single one of those scores was earned through sheer physical force, particularly in this contest where his offensive line was decimated by injuries. Everyone seemed to be banged up as the Buffalo Bills secured a victory over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Frankly, it was a rather comfortable win. It wasn't even what one would characterize as a spectacular signature Josh Allen performance by any measure. It was definitely hard-nosed and situational. He made some excellent plays, but the undeniable standout was James Cook, with 32 carries for 144 yards, a phenomenal outing averaging over 4.5 yards per attempt. The offensive philosophy was clear and intelligent. They committed to the run game, evidenced by a staggering 51 total rushing attempts. As the commentator noted late in the broadcast, this was a masterful job by offensive coordinator Joe Brady in managing the cascade of injuries and moving the available pieces around effectively. I was particularly impressed by one fourth down call where the entire stadium anticipated a handoff to James Cook, but instead, it went to Ray Davis for the score. The very schematic creativity and decisiveness I continually advocate for and criticize the Philadelphia Eagles for lacking was on perfect display here. It's always rewarding when you can observe coaching acumen presented in a very simple, straightforward, almost spoon-fed manner. That's why I also appreciated the broadcast highlighting another such moment later in the game. Ultimately, with the Pittsburgh Steelers losing Aaron Rodgers to an injury early and Mason Rudolph later providing the gift of an interception, this never truly felt like a contest where Pittsburgh had a legitimate chance, to be honest. I acknowledge the score was close for a significant portion, but the underlying metrics tell the definitive story. 16 rushing first downs to Pittsburgh's 5, 26 total first downs to their 10, a perfect 2 for 2 on fourth down conversions, and a time of possession domination of approximately 42 minutes to a mere 18. The final margin might have been modest, but the game's feel was never genuinely in doubt. Reflect on the flow. An entire first quarter ending 0-0, which felt bizarre, then falling behind 7-0, responding only with a field goal, finally grabbing a 10-7 lead, extending it to 16-7 following the interception. Throughout this, Pittsburgh's offense generated virtually nothing. They had a single moment where a spark of momentum flickered, but it felt more like an anomaly than a trend. Examining their drive chart is revealing. Punt. A 6-play, 12-yard series ending in a punt. A 3-and-out, another short series, then their lone touchdown drive. Before halftime, a brief 2-play sequence. In the second half, a fumble, an interception, another 3-and-out, a longer 10-play drive that still stalled, and finally a last-gasp 3-and-out to conclude the game. For the vast majority of the contest, even when the situation wasn't desperately calling for it, they were utterly impotent. They simply could not manufacture any sustained offensive production. A combination of Buffalo's defensive prowess and Pittsburgh's own offensive limitations. For Buffalo, this qualifies as an excellent day. Winning convincingly, controlling the game from start to finish with relative ease, and doing so without requiring a superhuman effort from your record-breaking superstar quarterback is an ideal scenario. As was also pointed out on a crucial drive where they converted several key downs, it was indeed Josh Allen's legs providing the answers. Yet there was a moment, I'm not sure if the score was officially 26-7 yet, but it was a 2-possession game, where Allen took a substantial hit on a designed run, and I found myself wondering, why is he even exposed to those extra blows at this juncture? The game appeared secured, the control was established. There's little rationale for subjecting your most valuable asset to unnecessary punishment, yet it happened. This was nonetheless a vital victory. It maintains their competitiveness within the division, and, depending on other results, specifically concerning Denver tonight, and, crucially, their upcoming rematch with New England, keeps even the possibility of the conference's top seed technically alive. You must also keep an eye on Kansas City. I don't foresee them collapsing entirely. They've endured some tough losses, but they remain a threat lurking for a wild card spot, which is precisely the territory Buffalo currently inhabits. Securing this win provides a small but valuable cushion. Holding the tiebreaker over Kansas City is effectively like an additional half-game advantage. Every win is necessary, important, and keeps the entire squad squarely in the hunt. Looking ahead, the schedule presents intriguing challenges. Next, you face the Cincinnati Bengals, a feisty team with Joe Burrow back under center. A matchup that once seemed mundane now crackles with potential. I am genuinely excited for that game. I relish watching elite quarterbacks duel, and I hope to see both Burrow and Allen at their brilliant best. Then comes the New England Patriots. That contest will be profoundly crucial. By its conclusion, we will have a much clearer picture. Is winning the division still a tangible possibility, or is that door closing? At that point, again recording this prior to Denver's game, the number 1 seed, home field advantage, and a first-round bye all remain technically within reach. Following that, a matchup with the Cleveland Browns, a game you simply must win if you have serious aspirations. Then, the Philadelphia Eagles. Who knows what state that franchise will be in by December 28th? Have they finally made coaching changes? It's a complete unknown. The regular season concludes against the New York Jets, a team that could either embrace the spoiler role or alternatively be fully invested in securing a higher draft pick and thus offer less resistance. That game should feel somewhat meaningless, and I struggle to envision a scenario where Buffalo would need it purely to clinch a wildcard berth. However, it could become strangely significant for final seeding, or even a division title, depending on how New England fares. New England's path to losing games most likely runs through Buffalo, obviously, and then Baltimore. They will desperately need that result. Their other opponents include the Jets and the Miami Dolphins, so you need them to stumble in at least one of those besides your own matchup. The intricacies of the potential tiebreaker, should you split the season series, would then likely hinge on divisional record, since Buffalo already lost to Miami. I must confess I never fully memorized the league's intricate tie-breaking procedures, but it adds another layer of complexity. Speaking of complexities, the New York Giants on Monday night could introduce more chaos into the equation. That game could get weird. The Giants have been scrappy, with Jameis Winston throwing trick play touchdowns to himself. So from my viewpoint, everything remains firmly on the table. But the fundamental anchoring reality for Buffalo is this. You have that man right there. You have Josh Allen, holder of the 76th career rushing touchdown by a quarterback, surpassing Cam Newton for the most in NFL history. He has passed Cam Newton. And the most exhilarating part is that he is still very much in his prime, still playing at an extraordinary level. This isn't some career-capping milestone. Barring unforeseen catastrophe, and the football gods must forbid that, this man is on a trajectory to potentially approach 100 rushing touchdowns. It's a staggering thought. And let's reiterate, these are not cheap defensive breakdown scores. These are brutal, physical, pile-driving touchdowns where he imposes his will. It's absolutely wild. And yet, amidst all this, segments of the discourse still want to engage in debates about how great Josh Allen truly is. Please, let's dismiss that notion entirely. To be perfectly clear, however, this victory was a comprehensive team win. The defense stifled, the run game dominated, and the coaching was sharp. But those are simply my personal reflections and observations. I would absolutely be delighted to hear your own. What are all of your thoughts concerning the Buffalo Bills' decisive takedown of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Please share your viewpoints in the comment section below. I make it a point to read every single comment that is posted, irrespective of whether you are in full agreement with me or you fundamentally disagree. Either way, let's ignite some engaging discussions. Let's engage in some spirited debates. But when all is said and done, let's simply enjoy the experience and have a great time. Please do consider subscribing to the channel. We are in the process of cultivating a truly wonderful community here, and I would absolutely be thrilled to have you as a part of it. My ambition is to build something that we all feel a genuine connection to, something that we are truly enthusiastic and proud to be involved with, and I believe we are making significant progress toward achieving that objective. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it genuinely and substantially assists with visibility within the platform's algorithm. Thank you so very much for your time and engagement. I'll see you next time.